Hi, Calam. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. How are you doing?
I'm good. Congratulations on the Bridgerton. It's literally what everybody's talking about on social medias right now. It's actually crazy. Were you expecting this kind of just pure joy from the fans?
I mean, so to be fair, I've had experiences with like fans of specific people in the past. Like I've worked with some people who have like super intense fan followings, and it's been mixed, I would say, in terms of like their reaction to me. But with Bridgerton, literally from the word go, so from like the moment I was cast up until the show, it's just been the most beautiful experience of like seeing lovely comments and lovely messages and people responding to our relationship in a way that I did, but I didn't know if like the world would in the same way. So yeah, it's been so special this last couple of weeks watching people like Theo and Eloise, you know?
The world is definitely watching. You know, I'm actually in France right now, and last weekend there were actually quite a few Bridgerton events in different cities, like actual balls with flowers and orchestras and the gowns and everything.
That's amazing. I need to get myself to start because I don't get to wear the fun clothes. I need to do the Bridgerton experience.
Yeah, Theo needs to have a little bit of fun.
I'll see if I can get a discounted ticket. Though maybe not. You know, maybe I'll have to work.
Yeah, I didn't go. I don't have this kind of gown in my wardrobe, funny enough. So
okay.
Yeah.
Let me speak to the producers, and I'll see if I can sort you out.
Great. So tell me a bit about Theo, because he was specifically written for the series. So how did you bring him to life?
Well, I think it was really helpful in that I hadn't seen like many scripts or anything when I took the job. So I asked to have a conversation with Chris, the showrunner, Chris Van Dusen. And we spoke for a while about kind of the background, who we thought he would be in the show. And then it was kind of like in a really nice way, because I think it can be helpful having directors or showrunners or producers telling you like exactly what the backstory is. But for me, it was quite nice to like find my own way into it. So I tried to like read lots of literature that he would have been reading. So like socialist literature from the time, from like early 19th century, turn of the century sort of stuff. And then until I was on set, I didn't do any printing myself. But when I was on set, it was so cool, honestly. Like the set for the printer's room was just like so, I mean, all the sets are incredible, but the detail was beyond belief. And they had an actual printing machine, which I got to use. I had like about half a day to practice on it, and they had a specialist come in and teach me. And I got to take home a little pamphlet that I printed myself.
Oh wow, that's so great.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. So, but I try to just, I think always like with the kind of acting that I respond to most and that I think is when I do my best work, is when I bring as much of myself as possible. So I just try to put myself in the shoes of someone who had his like life circumstance, you know? Yeah,
you posted a video or just a photo, I can't remember, of you just like training for the printing press.
Yeah. I posted a video, yeah.
Was that really hard to use?
Well, so it looks really hard to use, and it looks like it's really heavy, and like I'm like, you know, having to really get a sweat on to like work it. But no, it was incredibly light and easy. But luckily it looks really difficult. So when everyone came in, like for the crew show, when we were showing the crew the shots that we were going to do, which was me operating the thing, people were like, oh my God, Calam, you're a natural. I was like, yeah, guys, well, what can I say? Whereas in fact, the guy taught me some really good tricks to make it look like I was really good, but actually I was like doing nothing.
You don't get, like Theo doesn't get to go to balls and to wear fancy clothes and stuff like that. You were actually quite on your own part of the set. Did you like being a little bit on your own?
Yeah, I think it was a funny one because like there's such a lovely group of people, everyone obviously, but the actors, like I didn't really meet the actors who I wasn't working with. Well, some of them I happened to meet around set, like walking to your trailer or, you know, in the makeup trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
So I felt sad that I didn't get to spend more time with people. And the big ball scenes is when you get to do that, because they take like a week to shoot. So when you go away, you know, and you stay together, I didn't get to do any of that. But I think for the character, it did really work because he's an outsider. So I had to come in and feel like a bit of an outsider. And I think I was like, well, I can use this feeling that I'm feeling of like not being totally part of it, but like wanting to as well. And that's, I think, what Theo feels when he meets Eloise. He's like, oh, this like exotic thing that I like in my head. I'm like, no, but actually she's kind of incredible. So I do want to spend time with her it was really useful what I was feeling as Calam to put into Theo, I think.
Well, since the show came out about 2 weeks ago, now we can dive in. You know, the almost kiss could have happened between Theo and Eloise. Claudia Jessie, she said that the kiss would have happened if Eloise didn't have Penelope in the back of her mind. Do you think so too?
100%, yeah, 100% we would have kissed.
Penelope, what a homewrecker she is.
I know.
I'm kidding, I love her.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because like, I think when you're shooting it, you're so, or for me anyway, I'm so in the headspace of like, I'm defending Theo and I'm trying to think as much as Theo. So of course he wants the kiss to happen, and like Claudia and I we were saying to each other like, I feel like we should kiss. We should at least have one kiss. But then when you watch the whole show back, and I've even though I'd like heard and read the scenes on paper with her and Nicola, when I actually saw them, I was like, no, it's intense what's going on between them. And
yeah, definitely.
And she really frightens Claude. She really frightens Eloise. So it makes sense that is in the back of her mind. And it's just heartbreaking because, you know, because they should at least, like whatever it becomes later on. I think it's sad that they don't get that moment of like the consummation of first love, where they get to have that kiss and that excitement. But
maybe you will have also a slow burn, just like Kate and Anthony, you know? Maybe Eloise can have the same slow burn. Theo is a modern character for a man of his time. What was it like for you?
That I found that, again, like after the conversation I had with Chris, that was one of the most appealing things to me about doing the job, was that he was someone who was like forward thinking for his time.
Yeah.
I think the only thing which I've said before I was like a little bit worried about is because he's a man and Eloise is a woman, I was really keen for it not to be like at all like mansplainy, like he was like, I know how feminism is, you know, to a world like that, that's gross, we can't be doing that. But I think the lines take care of that, like the script doesn't let it fall into that. And also the difficulty between him and Eloise is not gender, it's class. So he doesn't take her seriously at first because she's so privileged, not because she's a woman. In fact, quite the opposite, I think. But yeah, that was a dream. I mean, I think the skill of Bridgerton is to make, I think, all the characters feel really modern. But I was really pleased that I got to like actually explore like modern politics, not just like modern relationships, you know, which don't change.
Let's just go back for a minute to Eloise and Theo. Do you think that there is a future for both? I mean, I know you're not going to be able to say even if you know. But do you think that Eloise goes back to the printing shop at some point just to explain that it wasn't about social class, just to make it clear that it wasn't about social class that she left?
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine all the scenarios in my head of what might happen with them. I can imagine her going back and them having a closure conversation and both feeling better about it. I can imagine it like never being fully healed, you know, like that being the last time they see each other and then never really being able to move on. And I can imagine them like seeing each other again and being a year older and it working, you know, and then being together. But that's up to Shondaland, that's up to Netflix and Jess Brownell, and I'm sure she'll have updates, you know, on that. But yeah, I think they make such great TV and they really know their characters, so I'm sure they'll make the right choice for Eloise.
I mean, no pressure to the producers and writers, but the fans are fully shipping Eloise now.
Eloise, yeah.
Yeah. Even fans of the books who know what happens to Eloise later on, they're actually just like for Eloise now. So
yeah, well, honestly, that makes me so happy.
Because, just rooting for Theo now.
Yeah, but that's how I felt like, you know, it's the best thing ever to have people respond to your work in the same way that you do. And when I read those scenes, I was like, of course they should be together. So when I see people who see that too, I feel an affinity with them because they responded to that bit of art in the same way that I did. Was it emotional for you to shoot that final scene? It was definitely emotional for us. Yeah, it was. It was weird, you know. Sometimes, like, I think the writing is really great in that scene, as it always is, but especially, I think they just really nail something about that, like, miscommunication, the heartbreak of a miscommunication like that. And it was a funny day because it was my last day, and it was Claudia's last day. So it was an emotional time anyway when you've been doing that job for like 6-7 months, and it's your last day on set, and it's the most emotional scene that we've done in the series. And like, I mean, you know, obviously, like Claudia and I aren't together, but it's when you've had that kind of working relationship with someone, you're like, I don't know when we're next gonna see each other again, or when these characters will see each other again.
Yeah.
So all of that comes into it, and yeah, I'm really proud of the way that came out in the end.
Apart from Theo, obviously, and Eloise, who's your favorite character from the show, and who would you like to portray?
Oh, which other character would I like to portray?
And one of your favorite characters you would like to portray as well. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's a good question. I really like Benedict. I think Benedict.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. I feel for him. I feel so sad when, like, at the end of the show, when he finds out that he's not in art school. He's in art school because Anthony made the donation, not off because of his own skill. That really breaks my heart, that scene. And who would I like to play? God, that's tricky. That's really tricky. Can I do like a cross gender?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I'd like to play Lady Danbury or something. That would be so fun to do Adjua's part. I mean, oh my God, I would be terrible, but that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Well, Julie Andrews. I'd like to be the voice of Lady Whistledown.
Oh my God, yeah. Wait, so if you had someone just narrating your life, apart from Julie Andrews, who would it be now?
Oh.
Yeah, because Julie Andrews is kind of hard to top that, right?
Yeah, it's hard to top it. But Claudia, I'll have Claudia narrating my life.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. What is your favorite memory that you will cherish for the rest of your days from this whole experience?
Oh, wow. Do you know, I mean, it's quite basic, I guess, as an answer, but the premiere was really amazing because, like, I'd seen the whole series by that point, and it wasn't like watching the first episode, but watching it in a room with everyone who'd worked, or so many of the people who'd worked in it, not everyone, and seeing everyone dressed up and just in a room full of like family and friends and supportive people, that was a really special moment. And you see like, just to see everyone together and looking happy and proud, that was really nice. You
guys just broke a record. The show has been watched 251 million hours over the last 7 days. I mean, you can't make that up.
It's amazing.
That's crazy. I mean, I watched it twice already, so I think I kind of contributed to that. So.
You're doing your bit, yeah.
I'm doing my best. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Well, I'm hopeful that we will see more of Eloise in the third series. I'm just gonna leave like that, just not knowing any more than. Yeah, it's tough.
Soon you'll know.
Yeah, the wait for season 3 is just going to be very hard for us.
At least you can just carry on watching the first 2 again and again though, which is good.
Yeah, no, but you know what I like? It's just like the first series came out at Christmas time, I think. Yeah, and it just feels like, since everybody's on board and everybody's talking about that, because of the pandemic, everybody was just like sharing the same stuff on social media. It just feels like a little family, like we are part of the Bridgerton as well. But
100%. I think that's the beauty of it. Like it was a really like communal moment, and it feels like that for the second series too. Even though, thank God, like COVID isn't as bad in lots of places around the world. People are still watching it and loving it, which is great. It's
a great TV show. Thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Lovely to speak to you.